What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. And today I have a little bit of stuff to get off my chest, man. Stuff that's been kind of bothering me, especially since I've been hearing like these conversations of CGC versus CBCS. And I'm gonna just put that off to the side and not talk about CGC, even though they got their issues still going on. But I want to talk about CBCS and how they dropped the ball. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel, because I'm not here to promote any one company or whatever. I give props when props are due, but also like I call them out, because really I'm not here to try to kiss anybody's ass and try to get a sponsorship with anyone. I don't really care. I just want to say how I feel about a certain company based on my experience. Right? We can bring in numbers, data, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But ultimately, something that always gets lost in the data is the customer experience. And CBCS dropped the ball. Last year, I kind of gave them props when I did this comparison between CBCS versus CGC. And a lot of those things are still true. I still believe that CBCS does a good job grading books, okay? I'm not sure how it is this year because I'm still waiting on my books so I can confirm that, that they are grading well. But they were doing a lot of things right. They were changed their slabs. Their slabs were in a very nice new slab. They added a, what they call it, a population, the census. They added their own version of the census. I think they were talking about UV protection as well, which to me, I was like, that's awesome. It's awesome that they're thinking of these things. And one of the things too around this time last year that they had going for them was their turnaround times, which was a lot faster than CGC. CGC was backed up the hell and they were messing up big time, right? They had this really long line, and what were they doing, man? They were doing all these signature series events and stuff that only made that line a little bit longer, right? And then you got price hikes within the last year. CBCS hadn't done that. CGC raised their price, CBCS stayed put until CBCS kept go ahead and raise their price as well. Hey, you do it, we're gonna do it too. So they seemed to like they were on track to really close the gap between them and CGC, and they were so close. Like I said, everything CGC was doing wrong, CBCS was doing right, and they were right on their butts. Now it seems like the gap is starting to widen up again, and CBC has no one to blame but themselves, because I remember I submitted some books in December. Beginning of December, C2E2, right? I submitted some books, signature series, and I'm still waiting on them, which is fine. I think it's been, what is this, May, about 6 months, all right? Whatever, we know you're backed up and everything. But I didn't think that they were going to be that backed up, because I remember my buddy, he submitted some stuff as well, and then we looked at it as like, hey, did you do the processing? Yeah, they started processing. They went ahead and charged me. They charged his account as well. And we're like, all right, sweet. This didn't take very much for them to go into the receive to the processing. But now they've been in processing forever. Nothing's ever changed. But here's my beef with them, right? I get the turnaround time. I get all this, whatever. It is what it is. There was a huge spike in demand last year. People were slabbing all kinds of crazy stuff. And that's all right. My beef was the customer service experience. Because when you go onto CBCS, down to the contact, you got the email, right? You want to contact these people by email. I've sent at least 3 emails to them. Nothing. Crickets. Nada. Right? At least give me the runaround like CGC, right? Because I remember CGC will give you the runaround. At least acknowledge, though, that I have an issue that needs to be addressed, or at least, tell me something, lie to me. I don't know. Tell me we'll get to your books as soon as possible. Really something, right? But this whole silence thing, this whole saying nothing, nah, man, that ain't it, bro. That is not it. That is the best way to break off your customers, especially if they already paid you, because you're in a bad position. As a customer, you feel like you're in a bad position. Not only do you have my valuable books, but you've already charged me as well. So you have my money and my books, right? And you have my time, because who knows when I'm going to get them back. When I submitted them, the turnaround time was, I think somewhere like, I forget, it was like 70 something days, right? That's what I remember. that has been increasing ever since. So I'm not even sure if they're going to honor the original turnaround time or the new turnaround time. So my advice for you guys who are going to be submitting to CBCS is to go ahead and take a screenshot of that turnaround time. Because I think right now it's up to like 240 days. No, 220, because that's business days. That's business days. So it's around 220 something days for turnaround. And that's just straight up, you submit them, not get impressed. Now, these are business days, right? I looked it up. There are 240 business days in 2022, all right? That is almost a freaking year to get your books back. They're not even pressing them. Like how is this taking so long? Like, for real, like, these are modern books, man. These are books that literally just coming off the shelf. Like, how long does it take to get a modern book and, check it out? Oh, no, I don't see any issues. Yeah, I see a couple of ticks. All right, maybe 9 ticks, right? And then move on, give it to another grader and see what he thinks. And then they can get an average however they do. It doesn't take that long. It doesn't take a whole freaking year, right? And for me, it just seems bad. Like, who's running this place, right? Who the heck is running this place? Why aren't people like working, to try to solve this backlog issue? Instead, the backlog just gets bigger and bigger. And I haven't seen this with CBCS, but I know CGC does it. Every time they do like an announcement, oh, we're doing a signing again. That infuriates me because I'm still trying to get my books, right? That they have, and they're still bringing in more and more because they're charging people, right? They charge people right away, and then they don't have to care. They don't have to care about providing you with customer service because they already have, they already got your money and they got your books. What are you going to do? The refund policy says no refund policy. You can't call and be like, hey, I need my money back. It literally says there, no refunds. Like, this is just bad business, man. This just feels bad. It feels poor. Customer service is pretty much dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't exist. It's pretty useless. CGC, on the other hand, their turnaround times are kind of coming around. I know people have been hearing, I know that they are getting on the express tier or whatever, but that's the one I hear though. Oh, for the express tier, I got my books back and stuff like that and everything, including some of the people that I know personally that submit their stuff, but everyone's paying for that express time, right? Not necessarily for the regular stuff. If you're submitting stuff on the regular, if you're just regular Joe Blow Smo, they don't care about you, man. They're just going to make you wait, right? And even if you are like a flipper, like if you are buying books off the rack and then sending them off right away, they know they got you by the balls. They literally got you by the balls. Your nuts are in their palms because they know that you need to flip that book right away in order for you to maximize the profit off of that book and you get your money back, at least for the book and for the whatever, especially if it's like a modern ratio variant. Those things are like hot potatoes, man. You don't want to be the last one holding it. So they know that. So they are literally pressuring people into paying for that express tier, right? Because if you want to keep making money off these new books by slabbing them, you're going to have to pay so you can bring that book back and put it on the market at a reasonable time or in a reasonable amount of time so that somebody can buy it. Because if your books are coming back 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 months later, that book is cold, man. That's old news, man. We already know that in this hobby, everybody's, this hobby's got a short memory. Unless it's like silver, gold, or something that it's a bona fide key, then you can forget about it, trying to maximize. Now, if you just want your books for your own PC, it's still frustrating because you're getting your books pushed back all the time. So, anyways, that's just my rant on the slabbing services. All right. I don't even want to try PGX, man. I don't want to because the same shit's going to happen probably. And I don't really like their slabs either. They're kind of flimsy. And then after that, who's next? EGS? Whatever, man. I just feel like whoever's running this thing. Oh, which brings me to my next point too with CBS. The main honcho literally jumped ship to go work for freaking My Comic Shop, dude. My Comic Shop, by the way, used to be Lone Star Comics, which was one of the, actually it was the first comic shop that I actually visited and bought The Killing Joke from. Nice, good for them, man. But still, I think that CBCS or My Comic Shop, that's kind of a step down, bro. Like, and that's just, maybe he sees another angle that he's trying to get into, whatever. Man, wish the best for him. But dude, something doesn't, it just doesn't look right for CBCS though, right? It just doesn't look right that the guy that created it, that was his baby, he's kind of jumping ship. It's kind of almost feels like, hey, did he reach the pinnacle of CBCS now? Is it all downhill from here? Because as a customer, I feel like there is plenty of room for improvement from CBCS. And I think from the new people that have taken over, they were like, oh, we're going to maintain our status as one of the top grading companies or whatever. Like, no, bro, don't maintain your status because you're not that great, man. You should be trying to find ways to level up because you're falling behind. So it's like, come on, man. At least, I don't know. I don't know how to fix CBCS. I'm not a businessman. I don't give a shit. I just want my books back. And or at least an email. I don't know. An email would be nice. That's really, as a customer, that's the least you can get, right? Somebody's got your money. Somebody's got your books. The least they can do is say, yeah, we still got them. They're cool. You know, they're sitting in the warehouse. It's all good, right? That's the least. I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's a fair thing to expect, right? So anyways, my rant. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys next time, all right? Peace.